I don't hear you. I think none of us can hear you.
Sorry, I was on mute. So today
Uh,
agenda is we need to know how to design REST API. Please ask questions query if you have. So let's come with the definition of the API first. API, as I discussed, it is application programming interface, right? API is a collection of classes which is bundled with a package and eventually bundle as a jar, and it allows you to create a particular service. So API is altogether accomplished a goal, right? You may have API for JDBC programming, which allows your program to interact with underlying database. Similarly, we have Spring Data GPA, that is again API, which allows your Java program to interact with database. But beauty is Spring Data GPA says no need to write any logic in JDBC. What is the REST API? REST API is a web service. We talked about yesterday, web service, web service. Web service is a technique or technology which allows two application exchange data in platform independent and technology independent manner. So web services comes into two flavor. One is called REST web service. Second one is called SOAP web service. Remember, or you forget it? SOAP.
Remember, sir.
So two flavor we have, but so far, which type of web service? REST web service. Clear? And yesterday we were talking about some differences between REST web service and SOAP. Which one is good? Answer is do not know. It depends
Depends.
on depends. But you
We
would say,
need rest.
yeah. But most commonly we use REST because REST is most commonly going to be fit in our requirement. What difference is? I would there is a many differences, but I would like to tell you important difference between both. REST web service only support one protocol, HTTP. You can transfer data over HTTP protocol, while SOAP web service supports HTTP, JMS, SMTP, other protocol as well. Second difference is in REST, you can exchange data in multiple format. It could be JSON, XML, text, byte, etc. But in SOAP web service, your data will be only exchanged in XML. And if you talk about performance, REST API is normally faster compared to SOAP web service. And if you talk about security, in REST API, we have protocol level security like HTTPS. In SOAP web service, we have protocol level security, HTTPS plus message level security, right? That is called end-to-end security that you can do only in SOAP. In that sense, SOAP web service is more secure, but depend on the requirement, I would say again. And SOAP web service adhere with the standard, and REST API is not based on a standard. REST API is based on architectural solution. So this is some major difference between REST API and SOAP web service. Clear? You are designing some API and you want it should work in the standard fashion, right? You want to go with standard, so SOAP is the right choice for it. Okay. Normally, if you talk about some banking application, right, which wants to export the data, you may be seeing some SOAP web service here and there, but most of the commonly you are going to use REST API. Make sense? So who is going to tell me what is the REST API and why we should design it? Please. Hmm?
So REST API is a web
REST API
service.
is
Mhm. Wow. Competition
Oh,
one by one.
Maybe one answer from both.
Both started and both stopped. Right.
it's a web service which exports data into like raw data format and allows exchange between two applications in platform independent and like different technologies.
Very nice. So you understand, right? Yep.
Yes, sir.
So tell me, nowadays you are developing any application. Normally people, expose it as a REST API as well, because you don't care because you have data, right? And that data you want to expose to the other application, and you don't want, you do not, you do just want to give the information to them. You don't want how they are going to represent it, right? You should not bother about it. Somebody can that render data on mobile, right? By creating apps, somebody can, show that data on their website. In which technology they can present it? Your answer should be why you should bother about it. I'm just giving them raw data, and this is their headache. They want to display using GSP. They want to display using time leaf. They want to display as well using velocity. Whatever it is, right? And which notation we use normally to make your REST API
Rest
REST controller.
controller.
Let's do that. Okay, I'm going to show you by designing one REST API. Please help me for that. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so I'm just coming to that. You see, people, designing. I have two options. So I can design it from scratch, or I can design in the project which you have. Let's do in the project which you have. Can you see this? And designing REST API, how much time it will take if you use Spring Boot? Hmm?
2 minutes.
Hey,
40
why we are
minutes.
not? Yeah, 2 minutes, right? Are you following me? Two
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
minutes,
sir.
right? Spring Boot. That is one of the benefit of it. If you want to make microservices or you want to make REST API in Spring Boot, it's just cup of tea. Why cup of tea? Because Spring, create many things all together implicitly. You have to just add jar in its pom.xml file. Clear? So
Yes, sir.
what is the minimal thing you have to make for to design the REST API? First of all, make a Spring, sorry, not Maven project. And in pom.xml file, you have to add minimal jar. First, you have to add the parent jar that is called Spring Boot Starter hyphen parent. Can you see this? First jar. Second jar which you have to add is web. This much is enough. Parent jar and Spring Boot Starter web. This much is enough to design REST API.
Rest
Other
API.
things JDBC, this we have for other purpose. Clear?
Yes,
So
sir.
Yes,
if you
sir.
want to make a REST API, I am going to you forget about other packages. It's not your job. Forget about it, right? Okay.
It's the main
I'm going
control.
to make a new package for it. So package is controller. You can make it REST. Yeah, API controller. It is up to you. Controller API, right? Mhm. And make a class. Basically, we have employee data as well, right? So I'm just moving it to this package. And let me tell you, if you want to make REST API, what we need to do, you have to make a class. Can you see this?
Uh-huh.
And this class you can annotate with REST controller. Why we are not putting controller over here? You need to understand the difference between REST controller and controller. I would say REST controller is annotation which include controller as well. Oh, Mr. It includes controller plus
Control.
annotation like response body. Oh, nice. Your question may be how you came to know. You just open it. Can you see this? It has a notation at response body, at controller, at documented. Documented for documentation purpose. Clear? So what is the difference between controller? Controller return always string as a view. View means it will go to resolve as a some JSP or some HTML pages. Make sense? But if you have REST controller, you have to return Java object and it will be eventually converted into reply. It will be eventually converted into raw data.
Yes,
Not replying. Here you are returning Java object and it will be converted into JSON and XML. How? In client side, in request header, you have to mention accept. If client side would say accept application JSON, so what kind of output it will generate?
raw data.
Yeah, JSON format, raw data.
Oh, mhm.
So this you can set into the request header. Hey, my accept is this one. Then it will produce JSON data. In the request header, if you mention accept equals to application XML, it will generate the XML data. I hope I'm making myself clear.
Yes, sir.
And see here, I'm just saying find employees, and in get mapping, right? I'm just using employees. That's clear. And
Yes,
in
sir.
top, I'm just putting a request mapping. This is for versioning purpose. Version. For REST API, you can launch different version. Are you following me? V1, V2, V3, right? Why versioning? Because you have to upgrade it, right? So every upgrade,
Yes.
versioning. You may be launching different feature, man. In version 1, you have different feature. Version 2, you might have more feature. In order to distinguish, both the application, you can use versioning. So here normally people write get all. That is wrong. Don't do that, because as per the REST API design principle, we should not use verb in this. We should use noun. Make sense? It's mentioned in the documentation, I think, which I shared you yesterday.
Yeah, I
So
got it.
when you are making the endpoint, right? So you need to understand resource. The resource in REST API is a method. The resource is a conceptual entity which is mapped with unique URI. Am I right? It has a unique URI. What, man? Base URL, base URL slash v7 slash. You got confused, or you are following me?
Following you.
Following you. So what is a resource? A resource is a conceptual entity which represent data and mapped with unique URI. Understand what resource is? Nothing. A method which is mapped with a unique URI. In REST API, you access data with the help of URI. You know URI? There is two things, URI and URL. So let me show the example. This much is called URL. Are you following me? And when you add something after it, it is called altogether URI. So which one is bigger, superset, URL or URI?
You are
You are
right.
right.
URI. So every resource is mapped with unique URI and represent data. So when you hit this URL, it will give you the data. Make sense? Get URL you can access in browser. Am I right? So your application is running on which port number? You can run it. Shall I run it and show you? API, you got it. In API, you don't have HTML and JSP. You will send this data to the caller, and caller will decide they want to represent in HTML, JSP, time leaf, velocity, in what kind of technology, or they want to show it in mobile, right? Or they want to access it from their service layer. This is their call. Again, you are not replying. Do you have any question, query, any confusion if you come across?
No, we are following you.
Again, I'm telling you, making REST API is just game of 2 to 5 minutes, not more than that. I'm telling you.
Okay.
And if you say someone, hey, I will take couple of days to make it, he started to laugh on you. Simple. You got
Yes.
the point?
Mm-hmm.
If requirement is clear, it won't be take much more time. You know it. And I'm telling you, Spring Boot is cup of tea. If you are making it without Spring Boot, you have to do more configuration, right? The database and everything. Oh, that is another thing. Okay, you are not interested in that. So it is running on which port number? It is running on port number. I don't know. Any guess? The port number 8080. So in Git, you can access from here, localhost 8080, and here you can type. I forget it. What was the version we mentioned?
B7.
V1.
B7.
Sorry, V7.
V7 and implies.
Employees.
So when you hit it with Git, it's showing the JSON data. Can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
And you
Yes, sir.
should, this is the format of the JSON data. I don't know, you are seeing this JSON data first time or not. This is the format. In JSON is a raw representation, and everything is represented here in key value format. Really? Really? Ooh. Can you see this? Like here, one JSON data start with curly bracket and close with curly bracket. Can you see this? This is. And
Yes,
second
sir.
JSON data start. This is square bracket means it is array of JSON data. And in JSON data, everything. Can you see this? Attribute name in double quotes and value could be in double and could not, depend on it is integer or string. CL number, key will be always in double quotes. Say yes.
Yeah,
And value could be in double quotes and could not, depend on nature of the data. Like my name is in double quotes, email is in double quotes, and my age, which is not obvious 12. Hmm? Do you think I'm 12 years old?
Probably.
No, man.
I thought you would be happy.
Yep. No, no, no. I have. I'm. Okay, I'll tell you later. Okay, where I need to go. This JSON is clear. Shall I explain you more about it? Hmm? Anybody
Yes.
have any question query?
I think we're good.
Good.
Sir, what is the difference between designing REST APIs like you did and using Spring Initializer or something?
Exactly. Very good question. I like this kind of question. Spring Initializer actually automatically create a project structure, and in POM it will add the dependency and everything. Same thing. So
But it's
Spring
basically
Initializer,
just the way of different way of doing things.
yeah. Same thing, right? See, you have to make a main project and you have to add entry in pom.xml file, and you need this main file. Spring Slicer automatically does all this thing for you. That's it. Same thing, right? But here, when you do manually, you will learn. Are you following me?
Mm-hmm.
Got my point or not? Simple. So both are the same thing. Who is making your job easy? Spring
Yeah.
Initializer. That's it. Otherwise, Spring Initializer is nothing. Right? In Spring Initializer, you can make a project with Maven, you can make project with Gradle. All those options are there. You have to just select the proper checkbox and automatically your project will be ready. Learning purpose, you can do the way I'm doing, but if you want to really make it faster, you can go because you know it, right? That's it. Hello. See, you
Yes, sir.
can you can eat food in two ways. Either you can go and make it online order, or you can cook it and food it. Cook it and eat it. Tell me where you will learn more about it when you cook it and eat it. Simple as that. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
Please. Okay. So JSON data is clear to you? JSON data, raw data. Who is
Yes.
doing this conversion? Let me make a flow of it. My dear friend, my question to you is who is when you make this call, right? See, REST API you are supposed to access from the browser. No. REST API we are supposed to access by how? By using HTTP client. Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
So it is coincidence I am able to access it from browser, right? But you cannot access everything from the browser, right? You need HTTP client, and Postman is one of the HTTP client. Are you following me? SOAP UI tool. There is many
Yes, sir.
more. Curl command, right? Curl. You curl. These are the all the three are what? HTTP client to access your
Jason.
REST API. REST API. REST API.
I mean,
So
respect.
like here, when you make the REST API call, what different information you need? You need endpoint. Say yes. You need endpoint. First thing. Second,
Yes,
you should
sir.
know about the method. Method is what? In REST API, you can use 5 methods, Sajna. Get to fetch the data, post to create the data. In this, put to update the resource, and delete to delete the resource, and patch for partial update. Mainly, we use this 5. Are you following me? Yeah. And you need to mention the request payload, Sajna. Request payload means what data you are sending, right?
Mm-hmm.
And request payload, you have to mention the accept means in what kind of what format data you are expecting,
Yeah.
what format of data you expect from REST API. Sajna, why REST API can give you data in many format? XML. If you need XML, what you need to mention in the accept application slash XML.
XML.
Nice. And you have to mention the content type. Content type means in what format you want to send the data. In what format client wants to send data to the REST API. Is clear or confused?
It's clear.
And response payload. You should know only this much, okay? If you know the response payload, that's okay. This is enough. Endpoint, method, request payload, accept, content type. Anybody have any question query? Reply, sir.
No,
Okay.
sir. We're good.
Let's make another endpoint in this. See, I want to make another endpoint or API that is called API, which will give you the particular employee data. So you would say find employee, right? Here implies is fine, and but here you can pass, employee ID, or let me check it. What I have taken over here, serial number, or how you want to fetch it. Suppose I want to fetch it with the serial number. Sajna, are you with me? So
Yes.
serial number, here you can write any name, doesn't matter, and you can use path variable. Why? Because when you make the URL, please help me. My URL will be like this, and here you can pass the serial number, Sajna. What serial number? 1 2 3 4 5. Make sense? Like
Yeah.
5. So this employee will match with this employees, and this 5 will go to the serial. This variable name could be anything. Mhm. Hmm. Hello. This could be anything, and this variable name you can bind over here, Sajna. And if you are giving some different name, and that name you have to pass over here. Confused or got it? You are saying whatever value is goes to this just read it and just bind with the method parameter. Make sense? And here we have a method. What? Find by serial number, Sajna. You just mention it through your database, and it will return how many employee data? Only one employee data. So you can return it. So do you know what it is giving to you? Reply. Huh?
It's giving the employee in
Just
the
one JSON format of the
Yeah,
employee.
only one employee data it is giving to you. Okay, particular. This is one another endpoint. You have to make other endpoint as well. Please help me to make my job easy, right? This is done. You can make your post API as well. Why is giving error? Because it is in teaser. Fine. Hey, you want to make post call?
yes.
Yes, sir.
So here everything would be same, right? API says you have to use post mapping and create employee. After my session, nobody can say I don't know. And here you are sending your data. Here, in case of post, you are sending your data in the request body as a JSON. Sajna, this much you will send in the request body. How much? This much. Are you following me?
This much.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Only you are not supposed to send primary key because it would be auto generated. So when your data will go to server, this server will parse your JSON file and convert into Java object, Sajna. How? Here you can use annotation request body. What request body does? Whatever JSON data you are sending in the request body coming from client to server, you want to read the JSON data and want to bind with what? Java objects. You understand how this binding is happening? Using framework that is called Jackson Mapper. Which framework I am going to use? Jackson Mapper. For what
Jackson
purpose?
mapper.
It will read incoming JSON data and it will bind into it, because you see in implied ETO, serial number, name, email, age, whatever key is in JSON data, it is matching with this name, email, age, and those informations are matching into it. Clear? So you have to just make a which call, create call. So you can use save method and you can pass the employee DTO. Make sense? After it, here, what you are going to return, it is up to you. If you want, you can return the employee DTO, or you can create another DTO file. I don't know it is there or not. You can make some, app response people, and here you can mention certain field, right? Integer, ID, private, string code. You can use message. Sajna, you can design the JSON message as per the requirement.
Yeah.
And if you use Lombok, I don't know, Lombok is a tool which works for the compiler, and it can generate getter and setter, toString method, hash code, equals method. Those commonly used thing you can generate it to save your time. You can use Lombok, right? Everywhere in the company you can see the Lombok, because that is going to generate all those things for you. So here what I'm trying to do is I would create an object of this, because I want to generate this response. New. And employee is created successfully. Mhm. Please, done. And if everything is fine, you can set the code. Code is 1. It is up to you, right? And then you can return it. Any question query? No question query. After it, I want to make a one more API which can delete. You have to return this, which can delete employee. Sajna.
Mm-hmm.
So for that purpose, like here, your URLs are same, only method is differing. You can use here delete and delete mapping. And method name you can change. Okay, delete employee. So you are going to delete on the basis of employee a CL number. Make sense? Path variable. I hope you know this much.
Yeah.
Done. So again, you can go and call the delete method if it is there. Oh, we don't have delete method. My bad luck. But it won't be take much time. Hmm? Please, you come to this and to writing delete method, I would say it is cup of tea. Really? Really? You can write here delete by ID. It is going to return void, Sajna. And this is my interface. And this method implementation you can write over here. Thank you to Spring Data JPA, which makes your database programming really super duper
Easy.
easy. My job is done. Ooh. Now what I need to do? I would come to over here and I can write delete by ID. Done. I'm able to perform delete operation also. Delete by ID.
There is SN0 on the upper line, Nagendra. It should be SNO.
Okay, done. You can delete it. Nice. So what we are doing? What you are doing? I'm designing my REST API. Mhm.
So for every get, delete, and post, we are using the same employees. Doesn't it matter?
No, no, no. Actually, this is the convention. See, operation will decide you are going to do what this endpoint. I'm going to fetch data with this. I'm going to delete data with this. I'm going to create data with this, right? Here, this endpoint is saying I'm interested in employee. The CL number is this. Make sense?
Okay.
Please, whatever things in coming in your mind, ask questions. So my job is done and go and make your hand dirty. This is done. Only one operation is left. Remember, put operation. Which operation? So
Put.
post and put, only difference is, everything is same. Only difference is here instead of this, you can write put. That's differences. And here you can write update. Only difference is Sajna.
It
In this
updates.
request, in this you will have primary key as well because you are saying I want to update email ID and blah blah that which CL number is this. Clear?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Everything is same. My job is done. Hmm. What difference between post and put? Here you are not setting and sending CL number, but here you will send CL number also, Sajina.
Yeah.
CL number like this, comma one, whatever. You can do like this. Done. I'm able to do everything. My job is done. Hmm? Anybody have any question query? See, you want to find the salary of the particular employee. You know what will the endpoint?
Nagendra,
Sajna, you
question.
have, please, please.
So
Give me
the
a second.
difference
I'm
between
coming.
the
I'm coming.
post and put, is they say which one is idempotent, something like that. The
Very
put
good.
is
Very good. We can
right.
talk on it.
Okay.
Actually, idempotent is one of the terminology we use in web application. That is idempotent and non-idempotent, right? Idempotent means it is side effect free. If you perform many operation on together again and again, it will not do anything. Let me tell you which method is idempotent. Listen to me. Which method is
Put is idempotent, right?
idempotent, right? Idempotent and non-idempotent. Get method is idempotent. Idempotent means side effect free. Let me write it. Idem.
I heard this question in one of the interviews.
No, that's fine. That's why I'm explaining you. Idempotent means side effect free. So tell me, if you are calling this endpoint again and again, what happened? Nothing. Same data will come again and again, or it will cause any side effect on underlying resource. When you are hitting this endpoint, it would do something. No, it will fetch the same data again and again. So it is non-idempotent or idempotent.
Idempotent, no side effect.
Yeah, no side
Side
effect.
effect is non-idempotent.
Just a second. Here you need to know difference between idempotent and non-idempotent. Clear? So I do give just a second. Just a second. Just resume. So idempotent means side effect free. So which one is idempotent? Get method is idempotent. Sajna, you got it? If you call this endpoint again and again, do you think it will cause any impact? No at all. No at
No.
all. No at all. What about delete method? If you are going to delete employee, same employee again and again, what happened? Hello?
Sometimes,
Once it is
Idempotent man,
deleted, then it will not
idempotent.
work, right?
This is idempotent. Why? First, this is because first time it will delete and second time it's not there. So it's not going to do anything. Let me give you the layman example. I want to kill you, right? So I can kill you only once, right? Second time, nothing. I'm unnecessarily killing you, right? Because already you are dead. Yes or no? Hmm. This is
yes,
side effect free. Got it. So which one is idempotent? Get and delete operation.
Delete.
The same thing happened put operation. If you are going to update the same record, I'm saying VCL number is 12. I want to make name Nagendra and email equals to this one and age equals to this one. So if you are going to make this request 20 times, what happened? Nothing. Same
Okay.
record
So
will
it
be
is also
updated. So this is also
idempotent.
idempotent. It's clear, man. Uh, what is this? This delete. Get already we talked about, right? We are talking about the operation. What about put? Idempotent. Post
That's
is not
idempotent.
not idempotent. Not an idempotent, right? Not idempotent. You got confused.
Nope.
And what about patch? Patch is also not an idempotent. That you have patch, which I haven't mentioned. In patch, we do partial update. In one call, you can update one attribute. In second call, you can update other attribute. That's why it is non-idempotent. So which among all the five, three are idempotent and two are
Non-idempotent.
non-idempotent. This was one of the interview questions, most frequently asked interview questions, right? Thank you for asking. Good. Hmm?
thank you for
No.
answering.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody have any question query? REST API design is clear. And how you can test it. Once you design your REST API, you need to know how to test it. You can use Postman. If you allow to me, I can use Postman.
Yeah, you are allowed.
Please.
Okay.
So Postman, you can install it as a desktop application. And this is one of the very commonly tool in the company. So everybody must know how to use this Postman. Mhm. Guys. So in this, you can make your HTTP call. I want to hit my get mapping and I want to show my all the data, how you can do that. Please, don't access from the browser. No, this is just temporarily solution. It will only work for the gate. It won't be act. So basically, the thing is somebody should test it. Once you make the API, you have to test it. And Postman is a great tool in that you can do many things all together. Whatever API is there, you can make a collections. And I think we should know a little bit about it. Can you see this, sir? This and which mapping man? Get. And you just click on the same button. What you will get? No, it's change. How it change? Please. Like here, response comes. right? Reply. If you want,
So
like here, you can mention information in the header. Here your accept is JSON, means you want what kind of data? JSON data. Hello. See, when I'm trying to, I'm saying, hey server, can you give me the data in XML format? Server is saying what? Not acceptable. Hello. In every response, you get HTTP status 406 means whatever data format you are expecting, your server is not able to generate it. If you really want, I can show you how you can do it. Okay. Not right now.
okay,
Right now, my server can generate what kind of data? JSON format only.
just
It's
JSON
done.
only.
If you want to fetch particular data, suppose you want to fetch the data which ID is 6. So you can mention 6 over here, right? Remember, we have API, so it will give you the particular data only. Make sense? If you want to create a new data, what do you need to do? URL is same. Say yes, and you can use post method. Are you following me? This data copy and put in the body over here. Can you see this?
Body, raw,
yes, sir.
JSON, and all those. Yeah.
In the body, right? This is the response part. Okay, you delete it. It's not needed. So here I want to create data. Aman Kumar and this one. So I want to create one resource, right? No? Yeah. See, it's working or not, right? Click on it. You'll get the response. You got it? Now, I don't know the basically ID of it. Fetch all the record and you'll get the ID of it. ID of the newly record is 7. You can write 7 here and you'll get the record of it. You want to delete it? You just use delete and same URL, Sajna. Delete, same URL. You want to delete employee whose ID is this. So it would be deleted. Now you go and perform get operation on and see all the employees. You will not get anything. Make sense? And if you want to fetch any record which is not in database, you will get error, Sajna.
Yeah.
You see? So we have to handle it. If data is not there, it should show some proper message or not.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in order to do that, we have to do exception handling in the API. If allowed to me, I can do that. Like right now, it's showing very dangerous message. Fine. So what you can do when you are fetching data, you have to need to help me here, right?
If it's cost or not.
Find by. So here blindly, I'm here writing the code, right? Data is there. So you have to do exception handling, right? So what you need to do? You can write a global exception handler. How? In this, you can make a class. Help me, right? Or you can Google it. What you have to Google? REST API, REST
Exception
API,
handling.
exception handler, Spring Boot example. And there are a lot of people, they would say, hey, can you follow me? Can you follow me, right? Yeah. Let's use, right? I don't know which, reference is better. But anyway, we are doing. I'm doing that. Here you have to write a exception handler that is, you can give any name to it, right? So I'm just saying global. Global why means uh, if anywhere global, if anywhere application comes in error comes in the application, you can handle it. Global exception handler. Please, it is going to act as a try block. So which annotation you should annotate with with this controller advice. Mhm. I need your help. After it, you can write here different handler. Depend on the error. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Here, I'm just if resource not found, right? A resource already exists, so we have different kind of exception, right? But hello, so I don't know, how to make the exception or not? Any idea?
Yes,
Otherwise, I will show you.
we
In
have
core
used
Java,
Sumit
I
class.
hope somebody has taught you, right? exception,
Yes.
A.
I
Mr.
get, right?
Nagendra Kumar.
Yeah. So my first focus is I'm going to do copy paste for the exception response. You can give any name, right? This response will go when some problem comes in your application. See, sir, I don't remember the syntax. I have idea. I'm doing that job. Got it? Like here, you are sending error message, error code, and at what time it was generated, right? That's it. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
After it, what after it? After it, you know, you need to create all these classes, right? So you can copy paste, right? It's not required, man. All is not required. Uh, but I still am making it. It's okay. And you should use a proper package for it. Exception. Hmm? Packaging is important thing. See my style. I'm doing it. Author name. You can rename it, right? This is one. Similarly, I can make other two. Create a class. Dot exception. Nothing, right? I'm just making. It's not all is not required. Again, I'm telling you, but I'm just making to make you happy. We don't have that much time. This is done. This is called custom unchecked exception. I don't know how many we have. Oh my God, resource not found. Resource already. Custom exception. Let me make one more. That's it. Custom exception.
We can make
Mhm.
our own too, right?
I'm making this is custom, man. This is our own too. You can give any name to it. Okay. All are the custom exception itself. No. We all are the custom exception we are making right now. Yes or no?
Yes,
You
sir.
Yes,
are not
sir.
replying. A custom, you can give any name to it. Yeah. I get tired. I can't make this much.
Just do copy paste.
I did it. I did it. Now I need to make a global exception, general exception handler, which can catch all the exception in the application, right? Exception, exception, right? So what I can do is people like here, you would say, you know, uh, error, any help? Error occurs while processing at server. Sajna, this is my message, right? And this is the actual message you are setting, right? Basically, here you have to put the code. Am I right? Yeah. And here you are just you can put the message and code. The code here you can put like internal server error. So it is up to you, right? Give me a second. Which error? Internal server, because in HTTP error predefined. Internal server means there is some issue. Where? There is some issue at server. Make sense? You guys are not replying sometime.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Done. My job is done. So now it should show me what, man? It should show me this message because I'm not throwing any exception. General exception is coming. Make sense? Click on it. Can you see this? This is set by whom? Us. And the code is coming here, 500. You are not replying. Now you are getting proper error. Am I right? If you want to know the actual cause of the error, right? You want to know, then here you can set that message, Sajna. Actual error, you can do get message. This exception will give you now actual message error which is happening behind the scene. Can you see the error?
Okay.
No value present. Hmm? Yep. I don't know you got this style or not. This is called exception handling in the REST API. Hello. Your question is why we have this one. This when you throw a resource not found exception. Let me try. Here, if I'm trying to access some URL, if it is not there, it is going to take care of it. Can you see this? This exception is, I think, it is thrown by Spring Boot implicitly. Yeah, but this is a custom exception. See, all this we are not using so far. We are just using this one. Make sense? Anywhere, if you throw this exception, this will come in the picture. I have done with exception handling. Please have a look on it. So I don't know whatever we have talked today. Do you understand? Do you think you understand it? Because on
Yes.
top of it, we need to understand other thing. Okay, somebody was asking question in between. I think I have to stop him. Who was that? No,
No, you answer right. I
I
don't know.
answered. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, my dear friends, I think you just go and make your hand dirty. Okay, important. Next thing I was talking about, if you want to find the salary of particular employee, right? What will the end point of it? Any guess? Here, you can pass employee ID, right? Slash salary. So this is going to show you what, man?
Salary of the
Salary of
employee,
that
particular
employee.
employee.
Yeah, you see the convention, right? Of the endpoint. I'm not using any verb anywhere, right? So here you can use a path variable and you can read the employee ID, CL number, and from here you can return his salary detail. No? Yes.
Yes.
So I'm not making all those things, just giving the idea, right? So it should go to DTO package, I guess. Cubico DTO. Done. I'm not basically I'm not interested in end-to-end implementation of it, but I have given the idea. This also should go to the API dot exception package. You see my style. You can move it, right? Yep. Or you can copy and paste it. That way it would also work and delete this one and import it. Okay. Please, I need your help. Yep.
All good.
Done. Done. In this, I need to teach you one more thing, but I will do tomorrow. I'll teach you a swagger. And after it, I will teach you very, very important topic in this Spring Security with JWT token. Clear? How to secure REST API, or when you are dealing in industry with API, how you can make it secure. That is the most important thing. I think this is enough for today. I'm just stopping my session here. We'll discuss next topic in next session. Thank you so much for your time.